On 5 News, are schools safe with thousands of pupils? The low paid are faring worse during the lockdown. The number of Hello and welcome to 5 News. I'm Sian Williams. Is it safe to send your child to school? That's a question most parents wouldn't think they'd ever need to ask. But with thousands of pupils in England due to return to classes in less than a fortnight, it's become a real sticking point. Some councils say they'll open, some won't. Some parents want them to, others don't. And many teachers remain fiercely opposed. With that and the rest of the UK taking a different stance, the picture is mightily confused, as our chief correspondent Tessa Chapman reports. Well, leaving lockdown, including going back to school, might be easier and safer if there was a fully functioning system of testing and tracing those who've contracted COVID-19. Well, that was the subject of a testy exchange at today's Prime Minister's Questions. Let's cross to our political editor, Andy. But Andy, it's not just the leader of the opposition who's had tough questions for the Prime Minister today, is it?
That's right.
At times like this, life gets a little bit harder for everybody. But for those who were already struggling, it's become desperate, with more and more people relying on services like food banks just to feed their families. We've had a stark warning from charities today that children are at severe risk of falling deeper into poverty. The northwest of England has been one of the worst hit areas, and Peter Lane joins me now from Liverpool. Peter, what is the picture that's being painted today? Remembering those who've died is tough, and it's not just the lives lost that we consider when we think about the impact of this virus. It's the loss of livelihoods too, in particular the hospitality sector, our pubs, restaurants and hotels, which have now been shut for 2 months. And with social distancing likely to be with us for some time yet, many will have to find a new way of working just to stay afloat and to keep staff in their jobs, as Alan Jenkins reports. Up on 5 News, a big change. News now, and Rolls-Royce is to cut 9,000 jobs because of the pandemic. That's around 17%. With all this talk about whether children should go back to school, it's important to remember that teaching's continued throughout this crisis. Schools have kept their doors open to vulnerable children and the children of key workers, and teachers have, of course, also been making sure pupils at home can keep learning. Well, now's the time to show your appreciation, because it's Thank a Teacher Day, as Ruth Liptrot reports. Thank you. More thanks as well, this time for the man we first got to know as Captain Tom. Well done, Sir Tom. That is it for now. Claire Nazir has the weather for you next. We're going to leave you with some of the images of the inspirational Captain Colonel Sir Tom Moore. I'll see you again tomorrow at 5. Bye-bye.